Welcome to another episode of the AHRC Marathon Training Vlog. I'm Cole.
And I'm Abbott.
And MK here. And it's Thursday. We have a nice recovery run today. I'm going to do 7 miles, the kids are going to do 6. And we have some speed work built in there. 5 times 70 meter hill sprints. It's been a good morning. Nice and cloudy and cool. We got some much needed rain here in Southern California. It's helping with the fire. So, super grateful for that. A little while ago, my good friend Megan, she ran the Disney World Half Marathon. And she had a great time. Let's drop in and see how that race weekend went for her. All right, let's go.
Hey Coach, I just wanted to pop in and check in with you after my half marathon that I just got done last weekend. As you know, I did the Disney Wine and Dine half marathon in Florida. It was a blast. It was one of my favorite runs that I've ever done, besides Boston. It was incredible. You run through the parks in the middle of the night, and so wake up time is 2:30. The race starts at 5. And I was in the first corral, so it was a smaller group of people who were running together, and it was pretty sparse at the front, but I felt great the whole run. I kept my pace around like 7:15. I know our original goal was to average around 7:22, but it was a pretty flat course, and there was some downhill, so I took advantage of it. And every time I looked at my watch, I was either at 7:10 or 7:30. So I was like, you know what, let's just keep it at a good hot pace. So I also took 3 gels. I took a gel beforehand at mile 5 and mile 10. Usually I don't take a gel beforehand, so this was just trial and error, and it seemed to work out okay. And I was drinking like a body armor IV kind of drink, and that seemed to work fine for myself. I felt pretty strong. Training this round was pretty good. I know I missed a few tempo runs, and the last few weeks it's been extremely cold here in Washington State. It's been around mid-30s, lots of rain, just very cold. But I felt like my training was pretty good overall, and I'm excited for the next race. I'm not sure if I have anything on the horizon right now. Boston's going to be in April, which I signed up for, as you know. So looking forward to that. Talk to you soon. Bye.
That's so awesome, Meg. I'm so glad you had a great experience in Florida. I'm really looking forward to our next adventure and preparing for the next race. Whether it's qualifying for the New York Marathon or racing hard in Boston, let's set some awesome goals, because the sky's the limit. I love working with you, Meg, because you're such a hard worker. You're really responsible, and you communicate really well and honestly. So I'm able to get really good information from you and give you the appropriate feedback. And it seems like we're making some really good progress as the weeks go by and the months go by. Let's put down more milestones and more big accomplishments. Looking forward to it, Meg. My good friend Cindy, she's going to be racing the Ventura Marathon. And so is Cole, Haven, Evan, and me. So we've officially been accepted to the Ventura Marathon. The race registration site was not allowing us to register Cole, Hayden, and Evan because they weren't 18. And I think the race group didn't even realize this. I think they were using a new registration website, and the platform had a default for a minimum age of 18 for the marathon. But the race director contacted me and was super stoked about seeing Evan, Cole, and Haven again at the Ventura Marathon. So we're also super stoked to be returning. At CIM, we're going to make this all about Evan. It'll be a documentary of Evan's race, and Cole has committed to helping us get to the line as quick as possible. Hopefully we make it somewhere around 3:02. and maybe even 3:01. I think that's pretty big of Cole, because he's easily in 2:57 shape right now, but he's willing to stay back and help out his sister and be a part of this AHRC family. That's awesome. So when spring rolls around, we're going to train a little bit harder, pick up speed a little bit, lower the volume just a little bit, and then we're going to focus the spring marathon in Ventura on Cole. And Cole is 17 right now, so he's going to try to Boston qualify. And in order to Boston qualify, he has to go under 3 hours. However, there is a buffer that's required to gain acceptance depending on the number of applicants. And this year you needed almost like a 5.5 minute buffer. So I'm going to shoot for 2:54.5 for Cole, and we're going to make the Ventura Marathon all about Cole's race. So Cole is going to try to run sub 2:55 as far as he can, under 2:55, so that he can qualify for the Boston Marathon, and hopefully we can go there together. My friend Cindy also asked what the difference was between the Ventura Marathon and Mountains to Beach. She asked because she found our channel by stumbling onto Evan's Mountains to Beach race recap. The Mountains to Beach race is run in May. It is at the very beginning of summer, so the end of May, beginning of June sometimes, and it shares a bunch of the course that Ventura has, especially on the long, gentle middle part. However, the beginning and end are very different. Mountains to Beach starts in Ojai, in the town of Ojai, actually in downtown. So you start in the town square and you go backwards away from the finish line for 3 miles, and you do a U-turn and you come back to the start line, and then you'll start down the mountain at around the 6 mile mark. The Ventura Marathon starts in the middle of the highway, and towards the beginning of the marathon you take a detour off the highway and you run into a neighborhood, and you do several miles within the neighborhood in a big giant square. The Mountains to Beach Marathon used to finish at the beach, but now you run through downtown Ventura and then you finish at the campgrounds. So there's a giant hill around mile 24 or 25. So I'd say it's a little bit more difficult at the end of Mountains to Beach. The Ventura Marathon finishes in the town of Ventura, and it has a little bit more of a gentle finish. I would say overall, both marathons are very, very conducive for a personal best. There's very gentle downhill for a bulk of the race, and it really allows you, rather than the ability to run faster than marathon players, to save energy during the race at your trained marathon pace. Both races are executed really well. They're put on by good race companies, and I really like both of them. They're really well supported, both of them. However, I slightly prefer Ventura because the weather is just more appropriate for a faster race. You start out super, super cold in the beginning, so as long as you dress warmly, you won't waste any energy staying warm. And then you finish, and then the temps at the end are much cooler than in May or June. Cindy, I hope that answers your question about the difference between Ventura Marathon and the Mountains to Beach Marathon. We're really looking forward to seeing you there. Happy training, and have fun during this marathon build and also have even more fun at the race. Thanks for coming along with me for these awesome 7 miles. The sun is trying to peek through the clouds. It looks beautiful. I hope you have a beautiful, great day and a meaningful run. We'll see you in the next one. All right, bye now. Seven, what'd you have for dinner last night?
I had Korean barbecue with rice and salad.
Did you have any dessert?
I had a half of an ice cream.
What kind of ice cream?
An ice cream sandwich.
What'd you have for breakfast?
I had oatmeal with blueberry compote and banana.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah.
And fancy.
Yeah, it was so good.